Okay, good morning everyone.
Morning, Pak.
Good morning, Pak.
Assalamualaikum Pak Romartia.
Ya, salam.
Sehat, Pak?
Alhamdulillah. Mana? Sehat semua?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, sehat, Pak.
Alhamdulillah sehat, Pak.
The material is in text. Maybe I will create the PowerPoint next after this session. Actually, this is from the book. Yeah. The data mining and machine learning. So I will upload the sample code in chatting in this Zoom chat. Oh, I think this do not. This I will share in PowerPoint maybe, but I will not share in Word because this is license from Informatika Bandung. Okay, I will give the introduction. In this session, we will discuss three computer vision or computer vision. Computer vision means that we make the model or AI or an engine or robot or something that can have the ability like our eyes in interpreting the image. For example, we have understand that there is for example a cat, human, and etc. using the some model or method in AI. Usually it's from prediction of image. There is two kind problem in this three problem. First, classification, and then the second is object detection, and then segmentation. Okay, this is the three problem that we will discuss this session. Maybe this is after break, maybe this is. I will discuss first the classification. Maybe you the classification is the prediction, the input, and then classify into the some classification. Yeah. So there's a classifier that model that can classify an object, yeah, object. Usually, for example, we have an image here, for example, with 256 and 256 pixel, and then, for example, there is an image here, and then the classification process and we get to the model, usually is neural network, and etc. Yeah, neural network, random forest, deep learning for the current, or we just say the model, and then the output is classified, for example, unta gitu ya, camel. This is the classification process. This is the camel. This is the classification. And what is the difference between the classification and the next is object detection? Object detection. Detector. Maybe showing is show and show class of image, class of a class in an image. Okay, this is maybe for example, we have an image here, and then there is a lot of image here, maybe be a cat, yeah, cat, and also there is a here, and then the object detection will give the usually is a rectangle that so that for example this is cat, and then another is, for example, this is the hen, yeah, or cook, yeah. Maybe if this is the red or yellow, and there is a motif here like loreng, yeah. This is maybe the tiger and etc. And then inside the, for example, cat, and then this is for cook or chicken, ya, chicken, chick cook, ya. Or hen, ya. Apa ayam bahasa Inggrisnya ya? chicken maybe. Chicken. This is the object detection. So you have to understand the difference between classification and object detection. And the last is the segmentation. Sometimes we call in more formal is semantic segmentation. What is the name for segment? Maybe only the segmentation. A model can show the class in some segment. So yeah, the segment will generate some segment from the pixel base. They will give will distinguish between there is a three object. The first is the this is the where is the fill this is the sorry, there is some this is the cat example, and this is the this is the chicken, and maybe this is the background. This is the segmentation, and usually there is here the legend that give a description about the color. It's 1, 2, 3, green, background, yes. And this is the cat, this is the chicken. This is semantic segmentation, or you can only say segmentation. Just segmentation is okay, but usually in paper they call it semantic segmentation. This is important in some areas, for example medical, for detection some cancer, for example. Also in spatial, remote sensing, and to classify the land use or land cover using the semantic segmentation. Okay, we continue first with the classification. So a lot of classifier we can make using some machine learning method. There is, for example, Adabus, and what is this? Last week maybe ya, kayak KNN, SVM, there is another SVM, naive Bayes maybe. And the state of the art is deep learning. Yeah. Sorry, we will have the neural network first, because this is the resource to deep learning, yeah, or deep neural network. Deep learning or deep neural network. And some language can be used, for example, Python, C, MATLAB, etc. We use the Google Colab IDE, yeah, because this is appropriate for our online course, yeah. Because we do not need to install everything, yeah. Just using the browser. Even with your smartphone, you can do manipulate, yeah, using the Google Colab. But for mobile phone, the keyboard, yeah, virtual keyboard should be installed, because there is some control C on control V, so you have to install the virtual keyboard, because in our smartphone usually there is no control caps lock, yeah, control key. Okay, we try to make some exercise, not exercises, yeah, but some lab session, yeah, or experiment, where is KNN maybe has been, yeah. SVM maybe, yeah. First we discuss the SVM or support vector machine, yeah. I will open there is SVM. This is the support vector machine. And sorry, CI is in Indonesian, yeah. Maybe the equation or image maybe the same. Yes, support vector machine is proposed by Vladimir Papnik with his friend Bernhard Bosser and Isabella Guyon. They will use we call it the hyperplane, yeah. The hyperplane. This is the some conversion maybe from lower degree to the higher degree. Then we will separate. The target is separate the, for example, this is the two class. There is a two class. For example, this is by computer and this is not by. This is the mathematical background. You have to give to differentiator. There's two hyperplane. This is we will train the data and then we have to create the highest margin between two classes. This is not optimum, but they will searching iteratively and then find the highest margin. Why we call it support factor? The support factor is because the SVM try to find the outer. This is the support factor. It means that the maximum or minimum, maximum the distance from two classes here. And we see this is the support factor. This is the support factor, and then we have create this the two hyperplane of the class 1, for example here, and the hyperplane for the class 2. Maybe I will capture this. If you do not understand this equation, it's okay, but for your thesis you have to include this equation to your paper, because this is the basis of support vector machine. Okay, how we try to implement in Google Colab. Okay, I will go as fast. Oh, there is another cases. For example, this is difficult to create using a linear line, because there is something here. So this is the sample, did not separated, cannot separate with linear, but maybe the non-linear here. But it's okay, we can create this non-linear become a linear using we call it the kernel. This is the kernel to create non-linear into linear. For example, into two-dimensional data, for example, two-dimensional, maybe I copy this. here. For easiness, for easy, maybe you can imagine the case where two dimension in 2D, two dimension, there is a nonlinear, but for the 3D, this is vertical or horizontal or linear plane. For example, maybe you have to image here. They what is mean, intersect each other in 2D, but when you see in 3D, in 3D maybe this image is like here. There is for easy to see. This is the two cycle here in 3D. You see, if you see in 2D, maybe there is an section we have difficulty in create the separated line between two classes. Class, for example, ini class A, in this class B. But if we convert to hyperplane, maybe in 3D, we see that this is the A and this is the B, for example, and then we can create the separated hyperplane here. For example, this is the hyperplane. This is the hyperplane, or I think you can only just see the separated line here, yeah. Oh, sorry, maybe here. Okay, dah. But actually in the form of plane, bidang plane, here to separate A and B, you see we have to convert is using some algorithm or some mathematical. So actually the support vector mentioned is very mathematical. This is the some kernel that can be used to create the hyperplane. Yeah, if you don't understand this, it's okay, but you have to understand that this is the conversion into the left side to the right side. For example, this is the transformation. This is usually a matrix transformation. Okay, if you have already I have to capture this. This is the problem, hyperplane. This is the problem, and we we will convert ya. This is the illustration how to use the hyperplane method using some mathematical conversion ya, using the three kernel for example ya. And this is the kernel. Okay, I will share the code ya, IPYNB. Okay, I will open the support vector machine. Oh, this is there is two problem here for the scholarship decision and also for the major decision in high school ya. Okay. And also for the iris data ya, iris data. Maybe the iris first ya. This is the chatting cannot. I don't know how to send the data ya. Chat. I don't know why currently Zoom can send file ya in chatting. Okay, I will create the link sharing ya, using the share method. This is how we use the Google Colab. Just go to colab.research.com. Yeah, and then there is some windows here. You can upload or using your previous recent file. Yeah. You can choose upload here, or you can upload from the file and upload the notebook. And then choose file, or okay, we try to drag and drop, for example here. Okay, and then we upload the Jupyter notebook style ya, or Python ya. This is this is not iris ya. This is major selection ya, decision selection ya, between IPA or IPS. Yeah. Of course, this is not enough data, but for the practicing, it's okay. Yeah? At least we have to understand. For the training, we need data and also the label. Yeah? This is called the label. For example, there is age data, age student. There is age student, and the first student is IPA, science. Yeah, science grade is 8 from 1 to 0 to 11. Yeah, 8. And then this the mayors is the science. And for example, this is IPS or social, yeah, social science. And then this is the data. We create the data using the Notepad or Excel. For Excel, you have to save in CS file, CSV. Yeah. CSV file is a for example, this is how to create the data here, and then sorry. Oh, maybe only okay. This is only sample, and then you have to save as into here, ya, comma delimited, ya. Yes, comma delimited, and then you have to give the name, for example here. And then you see that this is the extension is CSV. Of course, Python can also use in Excel, yeah. XLS, Excel file. But there is some problem for Excel if you use big data. Yeah. So because there is a limitation in Excel, yeah. Maximum, yeah, the maximum record, yeah. They can only forget one maximum limit for the workbook, yeah, worksheet Excel. This is the 1 million rows and 16,000 something, yeah, columns. Yeah. So if you use 2 million data, the Excel will truncate, will only show this is maximum. Yeah. So, but for CSV exceeded this value because CSV usually do not use the Excel. Yeah. They can be used using the Notepad. Yeah. Here, this is the CSV file, yeah. And then you can also use the without Excel by typing, yeah. Using separation, using the actually my Excel is still in the Indonesian format, yeah. So you have to prepare your system separator, ya. You have to decimal is using dot and chosen is comma, ya. Okay, I try to save as. If you still it's okay. Okay, we go to the. You see there is a files here in Google Colab you can open, and then you can upload this file to this. This is the temporary storage available from the Google Colab. So you can upload the file you want to manipulate, or you can drag. This is the file, you just move here, and there's a reminder. Upload file will get deleted when this runtime is recycled, so it's only temporary. When you close the browser and open again, then this is a file is missing. Except if you use the Google Drive or mounting the drive, it still exists because you use Google Drive for your file. But for it is only small file, I think it's just uploaded. Okay. And then there is some library that should be imported. For example, pandas, numpy, matplotlib. Pandas is for tabling, good in table. Numpy for array or matrix. Matplotlib is the facility from Python for chart, graph. And then this is the scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is for the some models, for example SVM, naive Bayes, KNN, Kamin, etc. can be maksimum. I don't know the same limit here, but I'm not sure because I can use a lot more than here using the CSV, but without using the Excel. You can. So I think if you have the problem with CSV, you can use some database. For example, Microsoft Access can be more than, or MySQL, Oracle, and etc. using not using the spreadsheet. Scikit-learn. This is the scikit-learn, or this is some problem here. Oh, there is clustering. Clustering is some unsupervised classification. Maybe we will discuss later for the clustering. For the classification, there is a lot of model. For example, support vector machine. You can read this README or tutorial classification. There is a lot of kernel, linear or polynomial. This is using radial basis or polynomial degree 3 degree. First you have to import this in this library, and this Python I use import SPM. This dataset is only for sample. For example, iris, maybe next I will explain. And then for machine learning, you have to prepare not only training data for machine learning, you have to prepare data as training data, validation data, and testing. This is also accuracy measurement. This is the items that you have to prepare for machine learning. For this is usually a student only training data and testing data. But actually there is a distinction between validation data because training and validation data is gathered or collected in the beginning, and you have to, for example, divide 80% from the data, and then validation is 30%. This is, and then the train, and testing data is usually collect again for testing for newer version of data, and then we test the model. But it's okay for the thesis. We only use this or without collecting again. Then the accuracy measurement, we have some tools from the scikit-learn, and there is a matrix, and we use accuracy score and classification report. I think I will bet. This called cell. This is cell, and this is another cell, and this is also cell, but this is a text. If you want to add or insert the code here or text here, you can just. If we run this, we do not run another cell, but the next cell will retrieve previous or above cell information if I run this, and then this cell and another cell below can understand it or influence by the previous cell. So if we run, okay, I close this. If I run this cell, this will reinforce the PD. This is pandas. Why we use this? Because it can make our typing for simple typing PD. Actually, we cannot use this, but this is using pandas, but this more effort. Read this file and will be read, and then in pandas there is a data frame class, method or function of. And then you see there is information about the parameter. Oh, actually I have to, okay, it's only the name. And then we try to run, and this is the CSV file here already inside our Python. This is the training data, and this is the target or label. This is the label. In this data, we separated between trend and labels. And then this is the SVM modeling. You can just follow the the method here. Where is the this is the sample. Classification, and then linear supervised. This is the linear, for example. If you want to add more information, you can click the source here, and this will directly go to the GitHub, and then you can ask here is the name of the this is the contributor here, or this is from some organization. And there is a fit here. What is fit? Fit is from here. So you have to understand the object oriented if you want to understand the code or the program. This is the class, and then inside the class there is a attribute here, and then there should be a this is function or method, and the init is the constructor. Usually every class have the constructor self. For example, in Java is public var arg gitu ya. There's some constructor. And also there is a function called fit. This is training the data in order makes the proper model or appropriate model. And you have to follow. This is the label, and this is the data training, and sample web. So in the implementation, I only use this fit. And then if I run this model, if for example I have here there is an error, you can run learn from your mistakes. You see there is a error here, it's not defined. Of course you can fix this, or if you don't still understand, you can click this site is Stack Overflow to understand, but it's okay and easy, so you can only just, and there is no error and only information. and then we test the data, yeah. For example, the score IPA is 8 and score social science is, for example, 7 from 0 to 10, and then we print this data, and then we predict the labels, predicts the label 0 or 1. This is the data, and then the result is the student should go to the science class. For example, the 5 score 5 in science and 7 in social. This will become the social class. You see that there is a different. This is the data trend. The goal of the machine learning is, if there is a new data that do not inside the table, they can predict. Of course, we also can use without machine learning for the data exists in this table. For example, IPA 8 9S, we can use a SQL instruction, select where IPA 8 as 1, but for 8.2 9.7, it maybe there is the data, no data inside this table. For example, this is 0.5 and this is point here, but using the model we can still calculate this. This is data, and the predict is for social. This is another method if you want to use GUI, but I think this is only for Jupyter Notebook. Okay, try. So there is a problem here. So I think this is only for Jupyter Notebook. Cannot be used in Google Colab. Because Google Colab cannot give the display. For example, if you want to learn computer graphic using OpenCV computer graphic, you only can use the Jupyter Notebook at least. But for Google Colab, Google do not serve you with the monitor or graphic, so they only use the engine GPU. This is, you see, notebook setting. They can only give the hardware accelerator, for example GPU, graphic processing unit, so you can train. Where is the training? This train is more faster using the graphic processing unit. Of course, after you convert to the graphic, the data will erase. This is for example, maybe we can use the scholarship problem here. This is the beasiswa. So if you want to run this, you have to change this. Oh, sorry, I haven't shared you. Okay, I will share the link to you. You can, the Google Colab can be shared with everyone. Let's copy link. Okay, I will send you in chatting. Yeah. I don't still understand why. Where is beasiswa? Oh, I can only share, but I don't know why I can share the CSV file ya in your
Excuse
chat.
me, Pak.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Maruf.
Just want to clarify, maybe my friend or others. This is I got in screen has 3 square black look like black box, Pak.
Black box ya.
Yeah, in yours also appear or only in
No.
blank set?
I stop the share again.
Okay, thank you, Pak.
Now you see
Yeah, clearly better, Pak.
better. Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know why I can share the CSV file in chatting ya. Because usually I only share the link here, but is today Zoom cannot do not allow us to share the file in this chat. I don't know, because usually I can just drag and drop the file in chatting.
Maybe you can share through WhatsApp, Pak.
WhatsApp ya. Oh, oke,
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
yeah, maybe.
Grupnya ada nggak ya? Siapa nih?
Yeah. Guelok has the group. The name is Magister SOCS. Magister. Yeah, that's one.
Oh, yeah. There is 3A.
Yeah, correct.
3A. Oh. Okay, I will share this. This is only what? This is only data ya, not real beasiswa ya. And then this is there is support vector machine. Oh. Okay, you can open this. Or you can click, but maybe I have to close this. Open new notebook, upload, and then I use the same SVM, and then yes, this is for, but we have to upload the data. It's the same, importing the library, the step is, and then opening the data. Sorry. I need one more data ya, validation. I forget look at the data ya, validation usually in okay, searching again because there is the Jupyter notebook here. So we need data ya. Oh here ya. Okay. Usually, scikit-learn give the sample data. You can quickly learn from the sample data, but I want you to understand how to create data, importing data, and etc. This is the important skill, because for thesis you maybe do not need should use your own data. For example, in organization, etc. Oh, I forget explaining this. This is the classification report, and then they use the some measurement. There is a precision here. The accuracy is 100%, correct. And then there is a precision, recall. You can learn this term from Google, recall, precision, in accuracy. Maybe from image, this is usually the cross matrix confusion, matrix confusion. This is the prediction. This is the actual. So this is a precision, recall. Okay, this is precision is true positive, predicted true. The actual is true. What the number item here, the number correct, number of correct here. This is number of predict true, but actually false. This is so true positive divide by true positive and false positive. This is the precision. But the accuracy is easy. You just add TP and TN and then divide by all this is the accuracy. Number of correct divided by all the data. For example, there is 100 data, you correctly 50, so the accuracy is 50% accuracy. But you see this, there is a difference between precision and recall. The precision is the true positive divided by TP and FP, but recall true positive divided by TP, but using the false negative. This is actually more higher. For example, in the box, you should choose apple in fruit box use apple, and you try searching an apple. For example, you get the 10 apple, and there is two not apple or two false, so this is false, and then the precision is 8 divided by 10. So there is a, let's see, 10, and there is 8 and 2 wrong, so the accuracy is 8 per 10. This is true precision. But for the recall, in the box you just for example, you retrieve 10, and then you say that this is the 7 is apple, and then 3 is not apple. Apple. If your guessing is true, your recall accuracy is 10. But maybe there is some false here. This is false negative. You say that this is not apple, but actually this is apple. This is a false negative, and then this is become wrong mengurangi minimizing your recall score here. You see that it's more easy recall or precision if you have the task. Maybe it's easy to use the recall. We just collect as much as possible, and then after we collect, we just say that this is apple and this is not apple. So recall is usually used in Google. For example, you try searching Nusa Putra, for example, they usually use a recall. This is a recall. You see there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and maybe next page. This is recall, and then they use the first page as the high score for the what is the in semantic last semester you from the Miss Jelita is how to make the calculation about the scoring of the retrieve data here. This is number 2, number 3, number 4 score. And also there is S1 score. I forget what is the F1 score, but maybe you can use the same data for F1 score. This is F1 score. Usually this is combination between precision and recall or F1 score. But usually it's precision and recall or accuracy is okay. Yeah. For the two classes, you have to get the accuracy is higher as possible, yeah, because 60% accuracy is bad. Yeah. There is some paper that create detection man or woman in chromosome, yeah, or in but the accuracy is 60. It's for two binary, yeah, binary class is not good, yeah, because it's similar with we toss the coin, melempar koin akurasinya 50-50 ya jelek ya. But for 10 class or 11 12 class, accuracy 60 is good, but we have to see the accuracy for each class using matrix confusion, ya. Matrix confusion is creating the accuracy of each class. We can see the spread of the error and wrong, ya. Error and accurate. Okay, we should break. Okay, before break, I will give you the another Jupyter Note or Google Colab file, ya, IPYNB, and you can trying in when the break maybe we will discuss later. I will share Kamin. This is for clustering, ya. Clustering, I don't know the data is beasiswa or mayors, ya. Clustering, and then this is neighborhood, ya. Nearest neighborhood. Oh, this is SVM using iris data, ya. This is the simple data using the scikit library. The neural network is we will discuss more deeper, ya, because this is Google Colab. Test Colab, training Colab. Oh yeah, this is Google Colab, ya. Actually, this is for Jupyter Notebook. This is Colab. Okay, we break. Maybe we start 1:30 because there is some student have presented the yes 1:30.
Oke, thank you Pak. 1:30 Pak ya.
1:30 ya, because there is some student sidang proposal itu tesis ya, tesis presentation. Okay, we break until 1:30.